Hi guys, today Floor 2 came out, so I'm going to be talking about the new entities. Appearance. The Grumble is a giant, beige-colored, octopus-like creature, being the mature version of the Giggles. The Grumble have a giant smiling mouth full of teeth, as well as multiple eyes above its two giant eyes, with two lines above the mouth, supposedly being a nose. Its mouth has small lips, and it has a tongue inside its enormous mouth. It has 5 tentacles and has a pink tongue. At the end of the mines, the Grumble has a scar on its forehead, and they now have 8 tentacles. Behavior. Grumble appears at door 150 after Seek Chase. The entity patrols the nest searching for a player. Grumble uses its tentacles to damage a player, and if a person is very close to it, Grumble will kill the player. The player can use the glow stick to distract it if it has not already noticed the player. Grumble also appears at the very end of the game, where it can be found attempting to attack the player before getting consumed by Seek. Appearance. Giggles appear to be oddly shaped, octopus-like, pinkish light gray creatures with an oval-like base. They have 4 stubby legs with 2 joints each that are used to grab the player's face. Behavior. Giggles seem to be hidden in the darkness of the ceilings, waiting for anything below it. Once they detect any type of movement below it, they will immediately jump down and land on the player below. They will attach themselves to the player's face, presumably sucking the player's blood and damaging the player while also blinding them. Giggles will pounce on the player on the following occasions. If the player is too close to a Giggle, regardless of eye contact, if the player does not maintain eye contact with the Giggle, and approaches within close proximity of it, if the player is playing with another player, the person can press E to remove it. A Giggle's presence is distinguished by quiet giggles and wheezing. Giggles can be temporarily stunned by the following: throwing a glow stick directly at a Giggle, aiming a bulk light, flashlight, strap flashlight, or laser pointer at a Giggle. Appearance. Gloombats are a mix between a bat and a moth. They have a very dark green body, 6 small legs, and 2 big, yellow glowing eyes, a mouth with sharp teeth and 2 fangs on the edges, a moth-like body with 2 antennae and 2 wings. Behavior. The Gloombats are usually in a group of 5 or more and fly around the mines. They are attracted to lights and will viciously disable them within proximity. If any player uses any type of light source other than glow sticks and laser pointers near them, they will attack the player until the light source is gone or the user dies. Appearance. Moth eggs have a slimy appearance. They appear as slimes with 1 big egg at the center and 4 smaller ones in the corners. Behavior. Once they are stepped on, a single Gloombat will hatch from the largest egg and bite the player, causing them to lose health. Gloombats will ignore any players who are not holding an active source of light. As long as flashlights, lighters, or any sources equipped by the player, they will not be attacked by Gloombats. Glow sticks can be used as a temporary light source, as the Gloombats will only attack the glow stick instead of the player. A laser pointer can be used to move the Gloombats, where the player is pointing the laser without getting attacked. Gloombats will not attack players that are near or within light sources. Gloombats can be deterred by their loud, metallic-like buzzing. Gloombats were first revealed in the Floor 2 teaser. Gloombats had their model leaked in the past, but uncolored. The Gloombats can attack in combination other entities, such as eyes, screech, and rush. The Gloombats are fully friendly towards players emitting no source of light from item, as seen that they can even touch the player without causing any type of harm. The Gloombats are able to appear on flooded rooms. They can also dive underwater, as seen in the trailer. The Gloombats emit the sound of a fly, and not a sound of a bat or a moth. Deploying a glow stick on the ground will make the Gloombats physically push it and attempt to destroy it, which results in being turned off. There will be some entities that you probably already have seen, but has different mechanics. Hide used to kick you out of the closet, but now it forces you to do the heartbeat minigame after a couple seconds of hiding. When you lose the minigame, Hide will kick you out and harm you, but if you win, Hide will still kick you out, but not damage you. Seek's crescendo is completely absent in the mines, and the player will only know that they are about to be chased when they find a pipe leaking black goo in a flooded room. When they reach the end on this room, more goo will begin to leak from the pipe and Seek will rise from the water before giving chase. Seek also appears in set doors. The first chase takes place in doors 140-149, in which the player will have to avoid falling boulders and jump over gaps in cave-like rooms for the first 5 rooms. At door 145, the player will fall into a minecart, and the player will need to steer this minecart into the correct direction while Seek is chasing them. The second chase takes place in doors 190-199, in which the player is being chased through sewer-like rooms, with the player needing to crawl through pipes and being careful not to go the wrong way. Straight after the second chase, they will reach door 200, leading to the dam and Seek's boss fight. Seek will appear as a giant lump of goo with eyes, surrounded by more goo. To defeat it, the player will need to turn the valves in phases. The first phase has the player turning 2 valves while avoiding hands, indicated by a red light shining. The second phase requires turning 4 valves, this time having to jump on objects to avoid the goo. They will need to be fast in doing this as there is a blob following them. The third and final phase requires 5 valves to be turned. A Seek worm will jump around in the goo, attempting to eat the player. This is also indicated by a red light. Once all 3 phases are completed, the Seek goo will be drained, allowing the player to access the generator. Seek appears once more. At the ending cutscene, black goo is seen enveloping and killing the Grumble. Seek then rises from the goo before the cutscene ends.